Mm. That's nice. Perfect. Hi, my name is Bishop. I'm a 3D artist. It's kind of the thing I do a lot, you might be aware. But I have one small problem, is that I play video games. And because I play video games, and I happen to like them, I have terrible, terrible aspirations to try and make one. This want to make one has mostly become frustrating for me because I don't know how to do anything regarding making video games, especially on the programming side. So I have been working to learn programming, but then on top of that, I have to apply my attempts at learning to things. My most recent attempt was a program that reads inputs. So basically, it's like a game show type thing. You know, it's like it's like a buzz-in program for game shows. Ask question to players. First player to buzz in gets read out, and they get the opportunity to answer the question. That was the idea I had, because it seemed simple, seemed easy, and it seemed very handling on how to handle input, because I have to figure out who hit it first. Got to keep all other players from being able to mess with that, and then you have to have the host reset things and then allow players to then give input again. And that was all that I had. So I'm gonna go through and explain how I got from point A to point B and working on this. Starting off, let me just say, using the Godot engine, I just like it. Also, it just seemed pretty easy to work with. So from there, we had to start off with the setup phase, which initially starts off with getting all the corresponding nodes set up. Because all the thing was simply an idea of color relating to player and a change of text. Those are the two things we have starting out. And then we have a primary node that holds those two to call on them and change what they are. So then we go on to the script part, where I have effectively just on the parent node, I have these initial systems set up to where it's constantly listening for the input of each specific player, and then depending on that input, it changes it in accordance. This was the original code I had, but the issue is that it was bad. I had developed a new system where now I changed things a bit. Now we have a series of more children nodes that initially have each of the corresponding data for the players, and each one is doing their own thing. What they do instead is that they have their own scripts attached that are constantly listening for their input, and then when hit, they tell the parent node to run a new function I produced that would then change the text and color. And then on top of that, I added in another input back to the parent node to just basically be like, okay, we can now reset things. So there we go. And this system works a lot better, because now in each of these child nodes, I can technically duplicate them, and I can change things like their specific color and text. Though my only issue is that I have to make new inputs. I should also specify that in the, so the whole point is that we have these call functions. The child nodes now reference their parent node, and they basically call to the parent node saying, hey, run this command with these specifications, and then it changes the text and color. And this specific command is then just charged at any moment. That's how this system works. Worked on making things a bit more visually appealing. I changed the font, which before was a simple Arial, and I changed it to this font I found called Mom Cake Bold. Very nice and appealing font. Why I had to then create all these child nodes was the fact that I now have a system by which to disable each of these nodes from processing and then re-enable them at will. So then I can do things like, say, disable inputs when a player has buzzed in, which is what I wanted to do in the first place. And that's what the system then enabled, because now I have this new now I have these new functions which are effective, but they're also terrible code in the first place. I know this is the bad thing. I'm going to show this to you, but I want you not to judge me. Do not judge me for what you're about to see, because these blocks of code I know for a fact are just poorly designed, because it's just 4 instances of the same thing doing a very specific reference, where if I were to ever change these things, the code would instantly break, and they're not designed well. But I don't care enough to solve this, and the program was simple enough that I was like, okay, I'm not gonna die if this is what people see in the end, except I am gonna die. If you know me and you also know how to program, please do not talk to me about this. I want this to be a quiet secret between you and I. Got it? No broader discussion. Okay, good. We're on the same page. The fun fact is that it's probably, even though there's probably a higher degree of effort on display to make this video, it technically is easier for me because I knew how to do this. I cannot exaggerate how much I, to a certain extent, struggled to figure out some aspects of programming this simple buzzer program. And you know what? By the end of it, though, it works. I completed it. I exported it. It's completely done. What I need to do now is go onto aliexpress.com, order myself 4 specific macro single keyboard keys, each then reprogrammed to each be the corresponding inputs for the buzzer program, and then I have to invite 4 unsuspecting people to then host a impromptu game show with them, and they'll be like, "Whoa, you made this program?" But they won't know because I'll be the only one seeing it. Yeah, if you have any questions or want to use this program yourself, I'm not giving it to you. You can just do it yourself. Make it yourself. I made it, and I'm an idiot when it comes to programming. I'm an idiot when it comes to programming. Can't be too mean to myself. Gotta be a bit nice. Be a bit nice. It's also not going to be that hard when I just showed you how to make it.